Hello, hello, hello. What's up, my peeps? Going live a bit early today because, oh, why not? Okay, so I did an arena stream earlier and it was pretty fun. I think so here's my thought process with the arena stream, okay? It's a chill way for me to talk to people, and more importantly, I think I'm not going to be in a position to spend when the cyber weekend comes around, so in like a month. And there's also banquet events, and because I'm doing some YouTube shenanigans, I would like to participate in whatever capacity I can. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try and do more arena streams every day. And what I noticed is for the 4-star arena in particular, we need more than just a few champions that I have. So I did rank up a few champions earlier, and yes, so how many rank 5s do I have? I have about 50, and that's not bad, but I think I definitely need more. So I'm gonna try and rank up a few champions here. One of the champions I figured I may as well rank up is Stealth Spidey. He's pretty fast in arenas, and that's essentially the goal, right? To get through arenas as fast as possible. So the stores have refreshed. I'm gonna try and pick up... let me fix the brightness. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay. So yeah, the stores have refreshed. Let's pick up these bad boys and see how many rank ups we can get. So yeah, Stealthy I think is a fun rank up. He's pretty fast, he's pretty useful. Probably should save my skill ISO because I don't have... yeah, I don't have too many of these, but it's okay. Okay. Let's... okay, I guess I might as well use this. Man, even though I have so much gold, I still have some old instincts of saving gold. So I'm always so hesitant in ranking or leveling up champions without the right type of ISO and stuff. Who else is pretty fast? Sasquatch is pretty fast, I think. Oh, am I gonna have to pick up those? Yikes. Do they even have tier 1 alpha? No, they don't. Gonna have to use the glory store for this one. Yeah, 650. It's not cheap, but like... whatever. I need to get some rank ups, and it is what it is. Alright. I swear, I'm gonna start the arena pretty quick here. I just want to make sure at least I have a whole, like at least 3 more if I can get it. Should I do Doom? I mean, it's kind of a... let me see if I have... okay, I have 6 of the science. I have... damn, 9 of the skill. I have a lot of mutants for sure. Yeah. Cosmic, I've got about 9 as well. Tech, I've got close to 12. What rank is this fella here? Kind of want to do Iron Man because I don't get to play Iron Man any other way. So maybe do Iron Man, but that would be 2 ranks. So maybe just start with Nebula here, because why not? I like Nebs, she's pretty cool. She has that regen in case I get hit. So yeah, should be okay. There we go. That's pretty good. I do understand that this is like kind of an odd time, so I might not have people who regularly make my stream join today. But it is sort of the risk I've already taken. When it comes to mystics, I have 6. I don't know if I want to mess up that. Yeah. I want to keep it to packs of 3 if I can. Skill is good, science is good, mutant needs 2 more. Cosmic maybe needs 3 more, and tech is good for now. How about mystic? Yeah. Technically it should be mutant, and I think Wolverine is the one to get. What rank is this fella? It's rank 3. Okay. How many do I have now? I need 2 more. I guess we can do Wolverine, because why not? And after this I'm gonna do 1 more, and that should be good enough. Okay. Bada bing, bada bum. Yeah, that's good. Let's get that out of the way. Wolverine has such low PI that I don't even know if he's gonna make it alongside. Yeah, see? That's my issue. Alright, I guess because Dr. Doom is such a high PI champion, he could be the last one. And then after that, we'll just move on. Okay, we're out of the resources that we need anyway. So, yeah, it is what it is. Eventually, I'm gonna get back the gold that I need. So I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, we should have a nice proper set of rank 5 champions now. 54, so that's equally divided in packs of 3. Okay. Yeah, let's do arenas. Let's just hang out. And I'm gonna start with the 4-star one. I was able to get just about, I think, the over 1 million milestone when I first did this arena. Just like a couple of days ago. So ideally we can get there as well. And then I am going to stream again. Ah, I should have switched this, but it's okay. I'm gonna stream again regular time, 7:30, so it's okay if people don't necessarily show up. Hey, we got Zemo in the chat saying hi, Arcade. What's up, my guy? I don't know how long you've been here. I'm just ranting about how I'm gonna do more arena streams so I can have units to spend during the Cyber Weekend and banquet events, because I don't think I'm gonna be in a position to spend money for units. But yeah. Zemo saying long time no see. What do you mean? You were just talking to me in Alliance chat. Also, dude, how crazy is it? I got the AQ rewards for doing just one day of arena with you guys. But hey, I ain't complaining. I ain't complaining. Zemo saying I like to troll. Yeah, well, I figured. Loki, this might actually be a good matchup, even though it's class disadvantage, just because none of her miss shenanigans, and she isn't bleed immune or anything. But yeah, what are you up to, Zemo? How has your first day of the week been? Zemo saying I'm sure it was a bump in the rewards from your last alliance, lol. Oh my god. My last alliance got 3,000 radiance only, and that was only because I single-handedly did one map 7 every day by myself. There is no one else joining. They did raids, so like I'm not that upset. Whenever it was nightmare raids and stuff, we did 1 BG of nightmare raids, which was good. But oh yeah, massive bump up Which is why I'm also sort of considering doing another rank 4. So here's the situation right now. I'm sitting at with just slightly over 6 tier 4 alpha, and I could either get 2 rank 3s or I could do a rank 4. And what I'm thinking about is, if I do a rank 4, it would be a very minor bump in prestige, because I don't have a significant enough champion whose prestige is gonna bump me up to where I need to be. So I'm currently just over the 27 mark for EQ, and the next tier I need to be in is 28,500. And once I get to 28,500, I can at least feel good about chilling there for a little bit. But I feel like that's possible only if I somehow pull Nico. But yeah. Alright, Zemo saying updating my Mac right now, so it's ready for Vancouver. Gotta get some other things done and grind a bunch of arenas tonight. I have just shy of 26,000 units. Damn, 26,000, that's pretty good. Zemo, do you remember how much you ended up spending in last year's banquet? Because I think I spent a lot of units. I had a bunch of units to spend for the Cyber Weekend myself. So I think I got a bunch of rank 3s thanks to that event. And it was like a massive boost to my account at the time. But the banquet event, I didn't end up spending remotely as much, I think. I'm pretty sure. Because was Isophene tied to the banquet event? Alright. Zemo saying, if you need a prestige calculator, they have one on their website now. Oh, yeah, I saw that. Plus, there's like other, like the Khonshu website and all too. But I just know that it's not going to be as much. It's going to be maybe like a few hundred points at most. It's definitely not going to be 1,300, which is what I need to get to the next tier. So I might just wait till the next event quest drops and get my rank 4 that way. But yeah. So I will definitely be streaming again at 7:30 PST, so like 4 hours from now. So yeah, I'm just trying to get a bit of a early start, so I've just been too lazy to get a video out. So I figured I'll do a stream now for a few hours, and then I'm gonna record a video. I tried recording it twice, but then it just ended up being too blabby and too long for what it's supposed to be, so I had to delete that, and I wrote down a script this time, so hopefully I don't yap too much. And yeah, so after the stream I'll record the video, upload the video, and then stream again at the regular time. Alright, Zemo saying banquet, I think I spent around 30,000 units, give or take. And yes, Isophene was part of the realm event last year. So I did get the dupe on Isophene from the banquet event. So in terms of that, I do think I spent a little bit. But this year's a bit different because of monies. But we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. It's still 2 months away. I think Cyber Weekend is going to be a good time. I think we're going to see some really nice deals from Kabam for Cyber Weekend. It's not going to be mid for sure, because the state of the game right now, this might probably be the first time we have whales complaining on Twitter with content creators saying that if things are not fixed, we won't be spending. And Kabam would be a massive fool not to take that seriously. But yeah, I think this is also going to be the time. December is also going to be the time when we see rank 5s be introduced for the first time. Because, yeah, rank foes have become too common now. We're gonna give a bunch of new 7-star champions, which, again, it's not gonna be that important for the whales, but because they probably have all of those champions, but still, it's gonna bring some positivity to the game and the community, I think. Oh, we have Sank in the chat saying, using my 7-star awakening gem, mutant awakening gem from Domino and rank 3. What do you think? Or wait for onslaught? Sank, I think personally I would wait. Only because Domino, here's the thing. Domino definitely needs to be awakened to be good as a defender. However, she also needs to be extremely high sig. Alright, so unless you have 106 stones to give her, she's not going to be as impactful on your defense as you think. Onslaught, on the other hand, is a really good champion, and his sig is good for both attack and defense, and he also loves those 6 stones because it increases his daunted, if I'm right. And I would also say that Domino right now is not as meta of a defender. Like, I'm sitting on an awakened Domino, which a year ago would have been an instant rank 3, but I haven't even taken her to rank 2 just because I don't think she is the defender that she used to be. You know what I mean? Kang saying that Bearman uses her currently. I mean, here's the thing. She's still a very, very strong attacker, but it all depends upon what your roster needs right now. Bearman is like almost #1 in the game, so he has every champion available at his disposal. If you're on that same level where if you give her this awakening gem, it's all good because you'll just get another one in like a month or something, then sure, man, she definitely is one of the better champions for it. But if you're someone who's a bit conservative with their resources like I am, I think waiting is the better thing to do, simply because there's so many mutant champions now that need to be awakened. Like Silver Samurai is coming to the Titan pool in just like under 30 days. You have Cassandra Nova, who is both a good attacker and a defender. So like those new champions are just gonna make Domino more and more relevant as time goes by. But yeah, that's what I think. At the end of the day, like I said, she's a good champion. So yeah. Alright, Zemo saying Banquet is like a month and a half away, give or take, and Cyber is less than a month away. Yeah, Cyber is 2nd of December, and Banquet is gonna be closer to Christmas time, I think, which is hype. Let's go, dude. I am so excited. Christmas is like one of the best festivals, just because not only is like it Christmas, but also it kind of is such a reset. You know what I mean? Like everything is like jolly and nice, and you're like, whatever happened before this doesn't matter, because you get to wipe the slate clean, go into the new year with a positive, vibe, and it's just, yeah, Christmas is the perfect reset, and I love it. I love it. Alright, Zemo saying Domino is still a good attacker. Zemo, I would agree that she's a good attacker, but in Battlegrounds or in any competitive game mode, the skill attackers that bother me are like Korg, Atuma, Killmonger, sometimes, not as much, but who else is a skill defender that's good? I mean, even if you think about like Chilith and stuff like that, who are slightly annoying because of their tankiness, like Domino isn't the first choice. There's like so many mutants you could be using that for, is all I think. So Awakening Gem, I would say, Sank, if you are someone who doesn't get an Awakening Gem every 2 months, save it for a little bit. If you're someone who loves Domino, who loved her as a 6-star, and you think you're gonna play her every day, definitely go for it. It's like there's gonna be more opportunities to get other champions, you know what I mean? If you like, in my experience, whenever I save a resource like an Awakening Gem or something for a champion, I never end up getting that champion. So I usually also am like, You know what? I'm gonna use it on the champion I have, and if I get another good champion, I'm just gonna hope that I get another one of these awakening gems. So yeah. Oh, come on, Nick. Like, Nick Fury is another champion that Domino is good for, just because she's got so much raw damage that she can nuke him super fast. Alright. Zima saying it doesn't mean that you have to rank up the same champions as Biro Man. Exactly. And saying I asked if she's still a good defender. Reply saying, what is that question? Kinda sounds like you're ranking champs. You saw success from Biro. Domino can still do those skill champs to medium intercept or light intercept. Yeah, she still works. Like, exactly. It's like Zemo said, you can, if you like that champion, she definitely has the potential to be used in a lot of ways. So if you're someone who knows they love Domino and they're gonna use it a lot, I think go for it. It's just that so many tech champions counter Dominoes so easily now that if you are just ranking her for defense, there's gonna be matches where your ranked up awakened Domino is gonna get nuked in like 30 seconds by a random tech attacker, and you're gonna feel like, oh, this was a waste. You know what I mean? Just a thought. Again, if you love her, go for it, my friend. Go for it. Alright. Kank saying her dupe isn't necessary. I mean, I think it is. Domino without the dupe is not a good defender. Those crit fails are the primary source of her damage. She doesn't have much other than that going on. Like, sure, she evades, but most players know how to counter evade now. Even a class disadvantage fight with like a slower evade counter can take Domino now. Oh, King of Games. Why did I say James? King of Games YouTube is in the chat saying, yo, what's up? Hey man, how's it going? How's it going? You made it. You made it to the stream. I'm sorry I didn't stream yesterday, man. I was going to, but then last minute I realized, I made up my whole mind about like doing another arena stream, and then realized it's Sunday and those arenas are so ass. I was like, oh. What? How did it not change? I thought it... Oh, come on. I hate this, man. What? I can't even seem to parry now. Wait. I'm getting whooped. What? Okay. Alright, King of Games saying, gotta start grinding arena myself in a few minutes. Hey, that's nice, man. Yeah, get those units, bro. Get those units. We have less than 30 days to stack as many units as possible. It's one of the reasons I'm doing an early stream. Maybe I'll do more early streams in the day now, because the 4-star arena specifically needs like just over 3 rounds from me. At the start of the stream, I was ranking up some 4-star champions because I'm like, yeah, I need to have a significant enough roster to reduce the 4-star arena time to like the number of rounds to 2 if possible. I don't know if we can do that, but I feel like there's too many, man. There's too many, and I don't like using 3 stars, honestly. But if I have to, I will. But how's it going otherwise, my friend? King of Games, Zemo was talking about how he participated in last year's events. Do you want to say, if you remember, do you want to say how many units you spent last year at Cyber Weekend and the banquet? Oh, Zemo, sorry. Kenk was talking about Jean. I'm so sorry. I missed that. Ooh, sorry, sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I kind of didn't see that. Okay, Kenk, I'm sorry, my friend. Yeah, if you're talking about Jean, I would give Jean the Awakening Gem 100%. Like, no question about it. Over Domino, because the amount of fights she can do, just having that passive stun, and also it increases the duration of her neurotoxins, which neuroshocks, whatever they're called, the neuroshocks, which is very significant, I found, because when you're doing the SP1 SP2 rotation, the last thing you want is to not be able to drop that SP2 when you have all those neuroshocks built up. So I would say not only is she worth Awakening, she's also worth taking at least up to a Sig 100 or 120 if you can. But yeah, do it for sure. Alright, King saying she's a 2. Way, I don't have her though. I mean, worth saving. Worth saving. King of Games saying why the 4-star fight's so annoying. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. You would think that they would be a cakewalk, but it's weird jumping from 2 different types of AI, you know? It's okay. Alright. King saying Zola rank 3. I think if you want a defender, a rank 3 Zola is... What? Oh, come on. If you want a defender, I think Zola is one of the better defenders in the tech class. Because other than Red Skull, I don't think the tech class has a lot of defenders. And I am guessing, and this is just guessing, that you don't have future Ant-Man as a 7-star. So, yeah, man. You can... Zola is a good rank 3. And also he has a lot of attack potential. He just has a weird playstyle. If you can figure that out, it's not that difficult. Basically just use a pre-fight, drop 1 SP1, get them into the corner, and then spam heavy attacks. Ideally when they have no power, so that you can actually chain heavies until they get to an SP2, which is the way to go. Here's a champion that I kind of want to rank 3, Deadpool. It's just... he does nothing other than damage, which is what scares me. Like, not scares me, but like makes me not want to rank him up. But at the same time, the damage he does is so much that I'm like, I need it. I need it. I need that damage, you know? Alright, Zemo saying, when I do the summoner trials, I only run my rank 5 4-stars and ascended champions. If I do everything, I can get around 1 to 1. Yeah, that's the same experience that I've had, is when I do all of my 4-stars, which is basically just build up to infinite streak and then drop, what's it called? Drop my rank 5s. I was able to get just over 1 million, but I was using boosts. Because I don't have any 4-stars ascended, so I was using boosts. So I'm gonna see this time how many I can get, and hopefully it's enough to reduce the number of times I need to do this silly little arena. All right, King of Games saying, I know that sounds insane, but I saved my behind off opening everything last minute and got insane luck in arena crystals. So yeah, free to play. I got a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good. If you're free to play, 31,000 units, that's pretty incredible, actually. I mean, here's the thing, man. Don't brag about the fact that you got 31k units as a free to play player. Or, like, don't tell anyone, because Kabam seems to be hearing that and thinking that that means they need to nerf units or increase the cost of these stupid sales events, which I don't like. Zima saying Kink was talking about Domino, but I said give them to Jean if he had her, and he said he didn't, but I say save for her. Yeah, man, that's what I would also recommend. Kink, like Jean, Onslaught, Silver Samurai. I don't know if Cassandra Nova needs to be awakened. I know she's a pain in the ass on defense, and she has a lot of attack potential. I just don't know if she needs to be awakened. Maybe Zima knows. But there's a lot of mutant champions who need to be awakened and are a dual threat. Who is what I would save the rank awakening gem for. Oh. Damn. She showed mercy. Kank saying, where do you get Deadpool X from? So, Kank, if you don't remember, they had a Glorious Guardians event where 6 champions were released as 7 stars for the first time, with all of them getting either a buff or a tune-up. So Deadpool X-Force was one of those 6 champions. So it was Medusa, Deadpool X-Force, Black Panther, Sentry, and Sentinel. And they were all amazing buffs. All amazing champions. And you didn't really have to spend. Just similar to the call event, you could get, I think, 3 to 4 champions for free, which is how I got them. So I got Sentry, I got Deadpool, I got Medusa. Who else did I get? I think that's it. Yeah, I got 3 champions. I don't have Black Panther. I don't have Sentinel. Oh, I also got She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk was also part of that batch of champions. Was she? I can't remember. But yeah, so if you don't have him, don't worry, because come December, over 26 champions are going to be added to the list of, what's it called? To this new list of basic champions. So they're all going to be in the basic pool in December. So if you have 7-star crystals that you would like to save, it's worth doing because there's a lot of good champions coming in December. Alright, Zima saying the basic is so large now, it's easier to get him from a class crystal, to be honest. Are you talking about 7 stars? I don't think... Do we have class crystals as 7 stars, by the way? King of Games saying, I legit told no one that, but everyone here. I mean, there's barely anyone here, so don't... Your secret is safe with us, my friend. Your secret is safe with us. Ziba saying, that's not why they're increasing the price of units needed for the sales. I mean, I know. I'm just messing with you. They're increasing it because they're not selling enough potions. Which I'm like, that's because you have made most of the game irrelevant yourself. Like, AQ is not even exciting enough. It's slightly better now with the new Glory Store, but it's not as accessible to early players. Alliance War is kind of... It's just... The Alliance War reward system is a bit underwhelming, in my opinion. So, most people can just play the game with Battlegrounds and event quest stuff and not care about any other competitive mode. So how are you gonna sell potions and stuff for that? And also, instead of designing your game mode around, like, the amount of times you die is directly related to whether or not you win a match, which means the incentive is to not die, so players push harder. If they would just change the point system to have more difficult defenders, but the goal is just to get past them with as many revives and units as you can, then, and not making it toxic, but like, we have raids where we die, right? And it's not the worst thing in the world because there's still a skill aspect to it. So if that was improved, if incursions were remotely significant, people would maybe spend units to get incursion stuff every month. But instead they decided, oh well, that's a lost cause. We're never going to sell potions and revives again. Let's just do unit sales and champion sales. Alright, Zemo saying Cassandra needs to be 660, ideally for the sweet spot. Yeah, she's way too. Yeah, she is a dual threat for sure. I got rocked in Battlegrounds by Cassandra Nova, so I can tell you that she's definitely a pain if you don't know how to fight her. Sentry is still cheeks. I don't want to hear it. Still cheeks? Are you saying he's bad? Nah, bro, he's not bad. His relevance is very mediocre, I'll give you that. But I'm pretty sure you have a sentry. I would say take him to rank 2 and run him in AQ. You will see how good he is. I don't know if your path allows for it, but still, like, he's genuinely a very strong champion, and his bulwark is just so nice to have. You can just block a bunch of things and not care about it. He has Wither, so no power gain. You know? He's really good, dude. If you have long form quests like AQ, he gets built up really quickly. If I had disposable resources, I would take him to rank 3. But yeah, it's worth it. Trust me, he ain't cheeks. Zima saying She-Hulk was from Valentine's event this year. Oh yeah. So that was separate because it was She-Hulk and even Iceman was in the Valentine's thingy, no? If I remember. The first time we saw Iceman was from the Valentine's thingy. But yeah, she's also... I feel like She-Hulk is a good champion, but she's just not as good as she used to be when she first got her buff. Just because her Fury mechanic is very odd. Like, I feel like it doesn't have a taunt mechanic built in. It doesn't feel like it does most of the time. Unless you have like 10, 15 Furies. But yeah. AQ is worth it now only for Radiance. Yeah, Radiance kind of made it more relevant. But here's the thing. Game modes like AQ and AW need to still be relevant for early players. People who just got Cavalier and Thronebreaker. So, like, again, I'm saying this because I've seen my girlfriend start to play this game, right? And she is still, like, very much doing story content. She's still trying to get through 6.3 and 6.4. And there's new mechanics being introduced in that quest, so she's, like, hating a lot of that stuff. And she often quits playing and then comes back to it at a later time and stuff. So she's not even bothered with any other game mode. She's not even part of an alliance right now. But when she does become a Thronebreaker, that's when I feel like Act 7 is a breeze. So she will probably look to do more stuff that I'm doing, which is like Alliance Quest, Alliance War. And in that little bubble of Thronebreaker to Valiant, Radiance is not accessible. Which means they're playing AQ and AW for the most basic AQ AW rewards, which is loyalty and glory. And with loyalty, you can basically only buy war potions. So then you're basically doing war to get a currency to repeat doing war again. So she can just not do war ever and still be in the same place as if she would be if she was doing war constantly. You know what I mean? Because even if you think about what rewards are given out for war seasons, the silver and gold tracks, they're really not exciting. And with AQ, I think it's just, in general, it's difficult to find people who want to, like, find alliances when you're early players to do map 5 or map 6 AQ. So I think AQ necessarily doesn't even have a place in early game. It's exclusive to... It's exclusive in a way to the Valiant or endgame level player. What do you think? King of Games saying, I'm about to go start playing Pokemon Legends. And a newer game, I'm so afraid of playing Pokemon. Why are you afraid of playing Pokemon? You know what it is? You know what I was thinking? Again, this is just one of the thoughts that I had. I probably will never end up doing it. Is to make a sketch about how Marvel Contest of Champions is essentially Pokemon. Because we have these crystals with champions in them. We are the summoner. But the summoner doesn't do fights. So even if the summoner is releasing these champions from their crystals, they are now at the disposal of the summoner to use as he fights or she fights through the battle realm with these champions. So that's basically Pokemon. That's Pokemon. You know what I mean? You have a person who has champions that they use to fight other champions. I mean, Pokemon, bro. We're playing Pokemon. Alright, King of Games saying, I read there's a... I'm not gonna say that word and embarrass myself, but there's a certain Pokemon fight that pretty much has 3 stages to it where you can only heal using your own potions, and it gets harder and harder. Like our act boss fights. I'm telling you, dude, Pokemon, MCOC, it's all the same. Hey, that was good. King of Games saying, yeah, that's true. Yep, it is true. This is Pokemon, bruh. And we gotta catch them all. Dude, I really like the Ant-Man suit got buffed, right? Like the design, they did something because it looks hella cool now. But I'm still really underwhelmed by Ant-Man as an attacker. I feel like they need to do justice and just give us a good Ant-Man. You know? Like, how is Cassie Lang a better Ant-Man character than Ant-Man is? We need some good Ant-Man shenanigans. We deserve it, damn it. Alright, King of Games saying, I'm so scared to play this damn game that Giratina fight could take hours, even days. Oof. King of Games saying, isn't she getting a tune-up and coming out as a 7-star? She's not getting a tune-up, no, but she is coming out as a 7-star. There's no changes to her kit. It's just, she's just coming out as a 7-star. I guess they think she's good enough, which I'm not sure if she is. Like, when Spider-Ham and Spider-Woman exist, I don't think Cassie Lang is necessarily the champion people would want. Oh my god, passive Rhino is probably the worst thing to exist. I don't know why they didn't just make him a little bit of a Nuki champion, bro. Like, what is the point of a buff if it's just going to make him a slightly more annoying defender? I mean, come on, this is an iconic Spider-Man villain. Like, I'm very excited for the Lizard, but man, I have to say, from Vulture to Rhino to Dr. Octopus, Mysterio, all of the Spider-Man villains that are so iconic are such duds in this game that it genuinely upsets me. Just like it upsets me that every Guardians of the Galaxy character is essentially irrelevant in this game. Like, come on. I know a lot of people seem to say that, oh, Kabam's numbers are going down because the MCU is in a tough spot and people aren't as hyped about Marvel as they used to be. But I'm like, dude, here's the thing. If anyone sees a Marvel movie and comes to this game trying to play that Marvel character, they're gonna be so disappointed that they're just gonna stop playing. You know? Alright, King of Games saying she better not be in the Titan, I swear. She is. King of Games, she is going to be the next Titan champion to be added. And then she's gonna come in the basic pool in March. Zemo saying Cassie isn't getting a tune-up, and she is going to be in the Titan. Yep. King of Games saying that's insane. I don't know why they don't just tune her, make her a bit better. I mean, yeah, it's like what Zemo is saying, which is that she's fine. You just need to learn to play the playstyle. And yeah, it's just like not every champion is going to be the top of their class, you know? Which is fair, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't have Spider-Woman or Spider-Ham, but you have Cassie, I'm certain she's going to be a good addition to your roster. It's just how it is. Like, I don't mind the fact that she is at the level that she is, because I think she's a decent champion. If you just like that character, you will have fun playing her. She can do a lot of stuff, especially with her miss mechanic. But what I will say is I'm not happy with how Ant-Man is in the game, because champions that are just defenders are always underwhelming. You know, like, we want to play every champion that comes out. Enchantress's SP2 feels so satisfying to drop. It's such a cool animation, but you never get to experience it because she's just an attacker. Unless you want to do a Necropolis style quest, which I don't. Zemo saying Cassie's not going to be better than Spider-Ham and Spider-Woman. Yeah, and I don't think she's intended to be. But I do think if you don't have those champions, she's still a very good power sting champion. And she also has a few... I think she has poison immunity as well. She can miss the opponent. She can dex like projectile specials and stuff. So she's cool. It's just she has to be your cup of tea. Alright, King of Games saying you might take her to rank 3 and test her a bit until you learn her. That's assuming you get her from the Titan. And saying, I do love Tigra. I have her 7-star. She's nice. I enjoy damage champs, but I enjoy technical champs more. Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, Tigra is such an undeniably powerful champion. I'm surprised they released her as a 7-star, but I think it's only because she's so technical that they were like, yeah, she's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, so we'll be safe. But Tigra is amazing, man. Every time I see a rank 4 Tigra, I'm like either trying to ban the Tigra or praying that they don't draft her. Zemo saying King, there's playstyles overlap a bit. Yeah, Tigra and Cassie, yeah, definitely. But here's the thing, Zemo. Cassie's heavy shrink, like when she goes into her tiny mode, has like a timer to it, so you can't hold it forever. Whereas Tigra's you can technically hold forever, which works really well for Tigra and doesn't work for Cassie because like the learning curve is slightly higher with managing the heavy miss with Cassie, because if you don't time it right, she will go back to normal size mid special attack or mid animations and you get hit. So yeah. Sorry for your loss, because he doesn't have Zemo. Zemo's still gonna be in the next Titan. I'm really happy about that because I would like a 7-star Zemo so I can do Karate Mike's dumb challenge. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I might try it if I get... That's why I wanted to pick up... What's his face? Mojo from the Incursion Selector, but I couldn't. Because then I would have 2 Mojos for that CCP challenge. But yeah. King of Games saying gonna start my grind in Reasons now. Before WWE starts. Is there a WWE thing today? I thought it was only on weekends. Zemo saying Zemo will be in the next Titan. Yeah. There's a couple of champions in the current Titan pool that I wouldn't mind pulling. Like Cassandra, Mecha, Zemo. Who else? I think that's about it. But... And Carolina Dupe. Yeah, that was what I was thinking. I wouldn't mind pulling them, but there's too many champions that I would like to never see again. And that is the reason that I'm saving for the next Titan. What? How is he healing so much? Oh my god, Iron Man. I still don't have a 7-star Iron Man. Even though he was in one of the first 7-star pools, I think. Boom. Alright. King of Games saying, I'm gonna rank up the Spidey they gave us for free. I think I like him. I don't know why, but he helps a lot in BGs for Zola. Really? I am not a fan of the Miles Morales character in the game, unfortunately. Like, I think his miss is cool and all, but I don't know. King of Games saying Zemo is officially my chase champion. Really? You think he's that good? I think it's kind of slightly skewed in his favor because of the current BG's meta, but I don't know. Yeah, Zemo... Oh, wait. Sorry. Zemo saying OG Iron Man was in the original crystals. Yeah, exactly, and I still don't have him. It was only in my last... It was like 2 crystals ago that I pulled OG Hulk for the first time. How crazy is that? And I've had this weird thing with a lot of champions actually, because what's his face? Iceman? I still don't have a 6-star Iceman. Can you believe that? I only have Iceman as a 7-star now because of Dave and his promo code. But man. Oh, yikes. Alright, Crit Monkey. How do you guys feel about the Dr. Voodoo 7-star tune-up? I honestly feel underwhelmed. I don't think he's really that much better. Especially in the Mystic class, which has like so many OP champions. Just Voodoo doesn't do it for me. Alright, Zima saying Hulk fell off in the competitive anyways and he's useful for long form content and story still. Yeah, but I still see a lot of people rocking a rank 3 Hulk in their BG deck, and every so often they just need a power nuke for the opponent's defenders, and Hulk kind of pulls it off. So I appreciate that about him at least. Man, this Mystic Spidey, he's so cool, but he doesn't do anything. Oh, just as I said that, he did that. So that's fun. Come here, man. Come here. What do you guys think about 7-star Mephisto? Do you think he's gonna be a really good champion if they drop a 7-star Mephisto? Zima saying, okay, I think people don't want to try new things in the game. I mean, what are you saying? You're saying people don't want to make their own mind about how champions are good or bad and just want to follow the herd? No way. I have never heard something like that. Never. Impossible. Every person I've ever met, online or offline, has been very good at critical thinking. Alright, King of Games saying, my opinion, Cull and Anti-Venom are the best ones. Wait. Are the best ones from the batch that Cull came out in? I think I prefer Anti-Venom, honestly, to Cull. Because Cull is a really, really strong champion, but Anti-Venom is really versatile, dude. He does a lot of things. And, I mean, Cull's damage is just outlandish. I don't know why they couldn't... I feel like he's such a niche champion, though, that if he didn't have that outlandish damage, he would just be considered mid again. So, yeah. I think it's okay. Do you guys remember when they nerfed Namor? And they were like, yeah, he's too strong. And now... And they did it like 2 times. They nerfed Namor once and then they tuned him again. And like, by the time they were done with him, everyone in the community was just like, you know what? Never mind. We'll just stop playing Namor. Or like, no thank you. And then now he's just like in 1 7-star crystal. Even though he's such a ridiculously strong champion. Just because Kabam's meddling made him unappealing to most people. Kaboom. Alright, Zima saying a bunch of people are a bunch of sheep. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's not just like general regular players. It's like even a lot of people who are like considered the face of the community tend to get caught up in this whole everything sucks mentality, when it's like, dude, there's so much stuff in this game that if you just separate yourself from, it's like this game has become like what the real world is like, which is if you are someone who's constantly chronically online and listening to the news, you're going to think that the world is on fire all the time. And then when you go outside for a minute, you're like, huh, everything seems fine. Like, there's none of these hateful people online. There's none of this weird cultural panic that people are making it to be. Like, everything seems good, dude. You know what I mean? Like, sure, groceries are expensive, but other than that, like, people in the world itself is like decent. And the same thing is happening with the game, which is like, if you don't keep up with all of this nonsense and you're just a chill dude playing the game, you're not gonna find too many things to hate. You know what I mean? But yeah. Hey, what are we gonna do about that? Can't solve the world's problems, you know? It be how it be sometimes. Oh my god, what is going... Oh my god, Anti-Venom. Oh! I take it back, I hate him. Alright, King of Games saying, Call, I'm not gonna say much. I mean, yeah. Zima saying Spidey Supreme does do things way better than new Indian as Spidey. Really? Dude, but see, that's the thing that I was just telling you about. That it's also like what I said in my video, which is that because Serpent and Dark Phoenix are such nuisances now, that if your Mystic Champion doesn't counter them, most people are automatically going to think that, oh, every other champion who doesn't do this is bad. Which is exactly what I felt. Which is like, huh, the symbiote Spidey is kind of underwhelming. I don't think I've ever even tested him. But it's just that I don't see him being highlighted. That I tend to think that he's just another mid champion. But yeah. You know, I'll say this. After watching the deep dive for the new Indian Spidey, I feel like he might not be as good as people think he will be. Because the way I saw a bunch of his numbers and stuff, I felt like it's very much reliant on that last minute, like, damage. That burst damage to take champions out. And yeah, I don't know. The whole web mechanic where you have to kind of keep them on the web to make them have those buffs, and then you tank those buffs thing. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see when he comes out how he's perceived. Because he does have some weird evade shenanigans that could also make him annoying on defense. Oh my god, Bullseye. Jesus. Alright, King of Games. Yeah, I read that comment about Iron Man being one of the best raid champions. He is, definitely. I've seen some amazing things from Iron Man. But I just don't have him. And I have like a triple duped, what's the new Iron Man? The one from Infinity War. He's just... he's the coolest looking Iron Man, but he is also extremely boring. Is that bird sounds in the game? God damn. Wait. I need to scroll. I've been horrible with chat. King of Games saying Zemo saying OG Thor, I agree. Otherwise, the other one is meh. Who are we talking about? Wait. Oh, King of Games saying I want a 7-star Thor. Dude, 7-star Thor. You know what? If Kabam just dusts off the old Thor pre 12.0 and drops him as a 7-star, do you guys think he would do well in today's contest? Or do you think he needs like a significant enough change? I think just like massive damage, and that's all you need, bro. What do you guys think about OG Thor pre 12.0? Just switch him back and release him as a 7-star. Same with Doctor Strange. Just go back to pre 12.0 Doctor Strange and release him as a 7-star. What do you guys think? Alright, King of Games saying the other Thor has some ridiculous power gain. You know what I hate about the skill Thor? His animations. It just doesn't feel like... He feels like some kind of an underground boxer. Not even a gladiator. An underground cringy ass 4-foot boxer who's just like hopping around. Then feeling like the freaking god of thunder. I swear. If they just changed him up a little bit, I think he could be a good champion. But I don't know if they could change him enough. Oh, should have switched my modes, huh? Don't drop it. Thank you. Alright. Zemo saying Spidey Supreme can do burst damage based on his SIG. It will bypass Maestro's glancing and Deathless Thanos' protection. Wait, does anything bypass Deathless Thanos' protection? I thought he just... That's just something like it's inevitable. Sorry. Dude, there's like birds chirping. when you pause the game. That's actually pretty calming. If you want to watch Spidey Supreme gameplay, watch B McGee's channel. He has a bunch of new videos on how to play him, and he will be in Vancouver this year for the Brawl. Ooh, dude, I do trust B McGee. I took up Overseer after watching his video, and I am delighted. He is so good. Zemo saying, all you need to know for Indian Spidey is bring in Miscounter or buff immune. Well, yeah, I think he's not going to be that much of a threat on defense, but I do think like the evade part of his kit could have some annoying, like, because you know how Silk has the evade on specials, he has this 2% chance to evade, so like you never know. It's just annoying. He's not going to be a threat, he's just going to be one of those annoying champions. All right, buff immune in his deep dive. Thor 12.0, you're saying pre 12.0 Thor would be a good addition? I don't think they will ever release. Scarlet Witch pre 12.0 was just broken, dude. She was just absolutely broken. I mean, she kind of is also a broken champion, like a broken character in the comics, so it kind of lines up. But at the same time, like, I don't think they would do something like that extreme. Strange though, dude, was a really good champion. Like pre 12.0 Strange, his fury was really good if you timed it with your SP2, and then he also has that insane regen. And he has that armor. So like I feel like a good Strange buff would just be to dash back and hold block to change his mode or something like that, and give players the chance to sort of give players the chance to sort of select which mode they want to be in. I think Strange doesn't even need that much of a change. Alright, Zemo saying I've seen people say he's gonna be a dual threat and I said they're crazy. Who? Indian Spidey? Nah. He's gonna be annoying. Not in Battlegrounds, but like in other game modes where you're gonna be like, oh, he evaded the special. Oh, that's so stupid. Or something like that. But I don't think he's gonna be a threat necessarily. Like, his animations seem pretty straightforward to evade. And yeah, I don't see it. I am actually skeptical about even his potential as an attacker. I would love if he's a really good attacker, dude. Like, come on, Indian character representation. I have to be hyped, right? But like, I honestly think the best Spider-Man in the game should still be Peter Parker, and Peter Parker's Spider-Man is the most ass Spider-Man in the game, unfortunately. Like, how is it that two of the movie Spider-Man are better than classic OG Spidey? Come on. That has to be... See, this is why I made that whole video about game balance. If Kabam could just turn off the stupid immortality in Battlegrounds and arenas, like, no one would complain about Serpent as much. But oh well. Alright, Zemo saying I've seen people that are willing to give a generic to him. They have Gene and I have called them nuts. Who are these people? Zemo, that is just insane. No way. Zemo saying leave Stealthy alone. Well, I'm not saying change Stealthy. Dude, Stealthy is going to be my favorite skill champion when he comes out. I'm saving my Awakening Gem for him. I'm just saying that our OG Spidey deserves to be more than just a SP2 champion. You know what I mean? Like, this is cool. This was cool. But is that it? Come on. Come on. Oh, Discord servers is where people are talking about him that way? Man, these people are crazy. I don't think he's gonna be that much of a... Like, you have to understand, I watched Legacy's video today, and Legacy was saying that it's so stupid that a $1,000 champion is getting countered by a $25 champion. And while I understand what his point is, I'm like, dude, remember, he's still a $25 champion, and this is still Kabam. Like, I don't think he's gonna be that much of a nuke for these champions. But, like, I don't know. I feel like champions should just be good at what they do regardless of the money aspect, you know? And as much as it is unfortunate that Dark Phoenix and Serpent have kind of been a nuisance, you guys have to remember, like, when Domino came out, for the next 2 years, I mean, I'm hoping you guys have seen my video, right, about the champion designs. Like, when Domino came out, every champion, every tech champion for the next 2 years was a Domino counter. For the next 2 years. Okay? And they were all tech. So, like, you should fully... Like, it's not something outrageous. We've seen this before. You know? Like, when Onslaught came out in 2023, what has every tech champion that has come out since Onslaught been able to do? Counter Onslaught. You know what I mean? So every Mystic champion now is going to counter Dark Phoenix and Serpent. And I think overall that's a good thing. Like, we're going to have a bunch of new champions, and then eventually Serpent and Dark Phoenix aren't going to be as much of a threat. And then the game will move on to new champions. You know? It is what it is. And yeah. Okay, I missed a bunch of stuff. Zima said, alright. Zima saying that also people giving him a generic Awakening Gem is just ridiculous, especially over Jean Grey. Nah, bruh. Jean Grey is one of my favorite mutant champions in the game. I was above and beyond the clouds when I pulled her. Absolutely fucking amazing champion. Great design, great utility, great damage. Just love her to bits. Zima saying, I'm sure Reddit is a nightmare anyway. Dude, Reddit is both... You know how people say there's two sides of the coin? Reddit is both of those sides at the same time. It's like, I use Reddit sometimes to see if there's some kind of, like, promo codes for Walmart or something. And then, like, right underneath the recommended post would be about, we need to riot about something. And I'm like, what? What are we doing here? Dude, Nebula needs a buff. I'm sorry. Nebula's whole shock mechanic needs to be changed. And it should be... Her mechanic needs to be like, you get shock charges when you hit the opponent, or you get 5 charges when you parry. This is a very dumb mechanic. What do you mean I have to block for 20 minutes to get the damage out of this champion? Like, bruh. Come on, man. Alright. Zima saying, in my opinion, new half-ass Spidey trap shit isn't large enough compared to the others. This damage is ass if you don't get your opponent to play in your trap. Not only is his basic damage mediocre, if you see the deep dive, his whole kit is sort of dependent. His whole playstyle is dependent on you using that last nuke damage thing, which I'm not a fan of. I think it's because it's very much like build up and payoff, and I'm not a fan of that playstyle. I think champions should just be good at doing consistent damage. The problem with this like build up and payoff thing is it's extremely battleground flavored. You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about certain health pools that you're like going to nuke and stuff, and they're designing champions more and more for these like long form, short form, medium format game. And I'm like, don't do that. Let the community decide what champion is good for what game mode. You design a good champion overall. You know, you design an interesting kit. I don't think Kabam or the devs should design gameplay loops for short form, long form, and stuff like that. That's where I think a lot of the mishap is happening, is that they're starting to tell us how to play champions, and by extension they're starting to design champions with a playstyle in mind, whereas most champions that have been like fan favorites in the past have been because people have figured out how to play them better. You know what I mean? But yeah. And about the Spidey trap not being large enough, I don't know about that. But like, I've never played the trap champions. So, oh, this was such a dumb thing to do. Why did I bring magic against Blade? Oh my god. She's never gonna be able to drop. Oh my god, Blade. Like, I've never played Arcade. Well, mostly because I don't have him as a 7-star. I've never played Kraven because, yeah. Who else is a trap? I never played Leader because I only recently got a 7-star Leader, and his playstyle is not for me. And High Evo also is like uninteresting to me. So I'm not even sure how the trap thing works. This new Spidey would probably be the first champion I try. So maybe I'll be able to comment more about the whole how I like the trap system. But again, this is one of those things which is like, I don't like the mechanic in general. I like the Maker a little bit because he sets his own traps. So you can play as comfortably as you want in whatever zone of the screen you feel like you're okay holding it down. Whereas this one is just two corners and smack in the middle. Which means everyone who plays this Spidey has to play him this exact same way. You can't play him in your own special way. This is exactly how you have to play him. And yeah, that's not a good design in my opinion. But we'll see. Maybe he's going to be a really good champion and I'm going to love him. So, yeah. Zemo saying Nebula has been buffed. I know she has been buffed, but come on, dude. Like, this is the buff they came up with? That's ridiculous. Nah, They gotta do it again. Back to the drawing board you go. Like, I think she's a good champion, dude. Like, shock immunity and stuff could be useful. But just the way you build the shock charges, because even Spot, who has this whole block thing going on for him, at least he has ridiculously high block proficiency when he's blocking, so it makes sense to use him that way. Nebula doesn't have anything as far as I know. Like, her block proficiency is poo-poo. And also those charges don't carry forward in the next fight, which means you have to start every fight taking over 20 to 25 hits in her block. And then you have to build up to an SP2. And all the while that you're doing this, you can't parry, because if you parry, those shocks get transferred immediately. So I'm like, then give her the block proficiency of a Greek god or something, because come on, bro. That's too much blocking. Damn it. Alright, that was odd. Alright, Zima saying his trap is literally a spiderweb. Also, Carolina Lightbeam is technically a trap champ. Good point. Carolina is technically a trap champion. But the difference with Carolina, I would say, is you don't have to bait the opponent into the light. Maybe... I don't know. Because I do like Carolina for her damage potential. But I'm thinking to myself, like, how cool would it be if she didn't have the light mechanic and she was just that good and a 5-hit combo Like as a 5-hit combo champion, you know? Dude, you know what champion I really love playing? Spider Gwen. She has like one of the most fun animations in the game for me. Like she's right up there with Medusa for me in terms of her animation style. It's just so fluid. I wish she was slightly better. But yeah, dude, I really like her animations. I love the smoothness of her lights and mediums. Zemo saying Silver Sable is also a trap champ. That's exactly why I don't like Silver Sable. Because it's exactly the same gameplay style if you want to use Silver Sable, you know? Like, you have to corner them, set the trap for the shocks, and then go front and back, front and back, front and back into the trap. And yeah, I'm not a big fan. This is why I am not going for the crystals right now in the Titan crystals, because even though there's the Maker, I'm okay if I don't pull the Maker. Because I know that it's not, like the trap champions are not my style. They're good champions, sure, just not my style. Because it restricts how you want to play those champions, you know? Also, justice for Titania, guys. She received a very undeserving nerf to her play kit. And as whoa, that just whiffed for no reason. Alright, Thor got tier confirmed. Nebula is so much better than she was. I don't even remember how bad she was, honestly. I remember pulling her as a 6-star, and I really liked her. Because back then, immunities were so important, and she had a shock DOT, which wasn't as common. So, she was a really decent champion, and she had regen, which was good when you got hit. Just getting that health back was kind of clutch. So, again, at the time, she was a decent enough champion. I just don't think now taking that much block damage is even an acceptable form of gameplay. You know? Alright, Zemo saying that the Maker is the best trap champion. I agree. I agree that he's the best trap champion. Mostly because you can set the traps yourself, and I don't think he's as restrictive. Like, the traps are his source of damage, but it feels consistent with the design because he set them. Like, you as the player set them in a specific way. I don't know. Maybe I'm sounding super hypocritical, but I think the Maker's design is decent. I'm just not too hyped because it's not my favorite playstyle. Whereas some other champions, like for example, if you think about Zemo technically has that root mechanic that is critical for his playstyle. But you put the champions into root. If you had to bring champions to a side of the map that was pre-designed, it would feel less exciting. You know what I mean? Because the way you play Zemo, it's like you have to make sure that you're ready to set the root trap and you've drawn out the special attack from the opponent. So now you can actually special lock them, and yeah, basically send them to Kingdom Come. But it's all you. With champions like the leader and the new Spidey, where it's all like, oh yeah, this is already decided. I'm a little Okay, so I think this wraps up all of my rank 5 4-stars, and I've just gotten above 800k. So with 1350. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, on an average of 1350 points, if I get 6 more, that would be still 81. Damn. I guess I need a lot more then. I need a lot more rank 5 4 stars. It is what it is. It is what it is. Should I use my... I don't know. Maybe not worth pushing the 4-star arena further. BG's Zode. I'm not right now, my friend. I'm sorry. Is Zode in the chat? I can't right now just because I'm trying to get some some arena done. And what time is it? Okay, maybe I'll just build up this streak. I'll build the infinite streak and then we'll call it a day for this stream, and then I'll record the video. Hey, we got Elijah Brown in the chat saying starting my arena grind as well. Hey Elijah, nice to meet you, man. Oh, Zod always sends friendlies, don't worry about it. Yeah, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. I didn't want to come off too rude. Just cancel his request, but I'm gonna set up this streak in the next 30 minutes, and then I would like to record a video. Wait. Oh, he didn't come after me. That's good. Can you drop it, son? Oh, now he drops it. You see, when he had his special, he didn't have his special. He didn't drop that. He didn't come after me. He just countered and stayed back. Is there anything cool about this Moondragon champion? Like, this is one of those champions that you forget is in the game, you know? But yeah, I don't know if I finished my thought process there, but set up the streak here and then go record that video, upload, and then we'll start up the stream again at 7:30 and continue some more arena grindings. Hey, come on, bruh. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows this, but I'd be curious if Zemo, you know about this. Silver Samurai's attacks are energy based. All of his hits are energy based, but he still takes physical rebuff damage from a Tuma. What the hell is that about? Like, I thought a Tuma will only reflect physical damage. Is it all contact damage that he reflects? 'Cause that's kind of dumb. It is kind of dumb. Elijah Brown saying queues up. Queues up. Huh? I'm so confused right now. Zemo, I think he's good for Korg. He doesn't take reverb damage from Korg. I think. Elijah Brown saying Zemo had a bit of trouble there. Oh, spelling the Q's word? Yeah. Man, I'm kind of the same way when it comes to spelling stuff. I'm like, well, it's all words and numbers. For me, it's more about like I have problems with things being like left and right. So I will spell it right, but I'll put the letters in the wrong place. It'll still have the right right letters, but it just won't be in the right place. Yeah. The same happens with numbers too. But anyway. Alright, Zima saying he's still taking stones damage and reverb damage from Killmonger 2. Killmonger 2, yeah. You know Killmonger... The trick with Killmonger is basically to trigger his armor reverb when he has close to 0 power. And then you can basically just hit into Killmonger non-stop. And it doesn't matter even if he's doing reverb damage. It's like so insignificant that even your basic willpower will heal you up more or less. In case anyone here didn't know. Elijah Brown saying, I think that's dyslexia. Yeah, it could be. I've never been officially diagnosed, so I don't claim that to be a problem. I have been diagnosed with... I keep forgetting what it's called. It's a bifocal vision disorder, which is I have trouble with... That was hilarious. Viv Vision basically just K-hoarded herself. I have trouble with like... I have trouble with depth perception and light-induced migraines. So like when I'm walking, I would just step and lift my second foot thinking I've stepped on something, but I've just mistaken the distance. And it happens with a lot of things. Like I'll go to pick something up and I'll grab it and it's actually so far away. It's because my eyes aren't able to sync up what I'm seeing. So yeah, it's really stupid. It's one of the most stupidest things. But the biggest inconvenience... So it's mostly I look like a moron because I trip all the time while walking. But what's actually the inconvenient part is I have light-induced migraines. So when there's like even a little bit of light that hits me in the eye, it could be sunlight or it could be like any kind of overhead or room lighting. It could induce a headache. So yeah, just basic fun stuff. Zima saying I would know because I have it. Are you actually dyslexic? What do you do for work? Does it ever come... Does it ever seep it in... Wait, what am I trying to say? Does it ever seep itself into your work? Because if it doesn't bother your work, I feel like it's just a funny thing that you have as an adult, you know? When I was working retail for Old Navy, we had to put like the clothing article numbers. We call it the SKU. And bro, it was always like such an embarrassing thing because again, I could see all the numbers, but I would see them misaligned and I would end up typing it wrong. And then every time I would like ask the customer, oh, can you read this back to me, please? I'm sorry, it's just so hard to see. And they would always, usually they'll just be super kind and they'll read it back. But when I would do it more than once, the person who would be on the cash register next to me would look at me like, how are you always having this exact same problem? And I would just be like, oh, they should just make it a little bigger, you know? Why is it so tiny? But yeah. Zima saying a bit. No, but not a lot. Yeah, if it's not significant enough, you can still get by. But I bet if you're like an accountant or a trader or something, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't affect people as much as I think it does. Like I said, like I'm not. I have never been officially diagnosed, so I only know surface level stuff about this. So I'm sorry if I'm wrong, but yeah, numbers can be a part of it, part of dyslexia too. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that also. It's numbers and stuff, and it's also directions. Directions are a massive issue for me. So the trick my girlfriend told me that she would use as a child is to do the letter L. Excuse me, sorry. To do the letter L with your left hand, and if it's spelled straight, that's the left side. And honestly, that's like a massive hack for me. But it's so funny because every time I'm in a random conversation, yeah, Zima saying directions have nothing to do with dyslexia. Exactly. So I don't know if it's dyslexia. That's why I don't claim dyslexia with what I have going. But every time someone says like left and right, I'm like immediately doing this with my hand, and I've gotten better with that now. But yeah, it used to be a really hilariously funny thing back in the day. But yeah. Oops. Come on, son. Did you just light intercept me? That son of a gun. Ooh. Misty Knight is another champion that I often forget is even in the game. But yeah. Zemo saying, if it has to do with spelling when you type or write, you think you're saying the right things, but other people are seeing something else, that is a major sign you have it. Yeah. Elijah Brown saying, I forgot how bad my daughter was with her direction until I started teaching her to drive. Well, thank God she is now better after learning how to drive. Because yeah, when you're driving, it's a very difficult thing. I used to ride a bike back home. And yeah, if you're bad with directions, it's obviously not a good thing. Come on, Wongers. Oh. I did not intend for that to happen. And I did not intend for this to happen either. Alrighty. This is a little strange, by the way. I'm noticing in this update that when the opponent gets KO'd, whatever animation was going on immediately stops. Is it just me, or are you guys noticing that too? Because earlier I could swear regardless of whether they got knocked out. What? Why did I do that? The animation would still finish. I don't know. Elijah's saying she's still bad. It just wasn't an issue until she was behind the wheel. I'm trying to tell her where to go. Oh my god. Do you ever do the left and then they turn right and you're like, the other left? And they're like, oh, okay. Oh god. Okie doke. What's it? 3 more rounds, I think. What? How did she dex that? Come on. Yikes. Bro. Oh, come on. Jesus. Negasonic. Oh. Bro, how underwhelming is Red Hulk? I hate that they released him as a 7-star. He is genuinely... I think it's between him and Immortal Hulk, but at least Immortal Hulk is sort of a niche champion who can do crazy damage. The regular Red Hulk is just complete ass. I don't know why they released him as a 7-star. Take it back, Kabam. Take him back. You know what? It's crazy. I can get all of the objectives, more or less. I can get all of the objectives from this arena in just one go. I feel like if they should do the same for the 4-star arena. Like, I'm guessing they don't because then people won't have any use for their 2 and 3-star champions. But realistically, like, do they have a use for them now? Like, I think it's I think the arena should have the 2-3 thing for people who are new to the game. But yeah, Elijah Brown saying Immortal Hulk was your first 7-star. Yeesh. My girlfriend has 4 7-stars now, and unfortunately she hates them all. It's Rintra, Mr. Negative, Beta Ray Bill, and Quicksilver, and I am trying to convince her to give Quicksilver a shot because he's really a very good champion, but she gets thrown off by the animations. Again, she's only been playing for a few months, right? Still in Act 6. So she doesn't like that about him, and Beta Ray Bill might be the only other champion that she has that's good as a 7-star. But Beta Ray Bill is not necessarily an all-purpose champion. Oh, that was a mistake. Yikes, that was a mistake. Damn it. I may actually die to this. Oh, come on. I need to learn how to play Noah. Alright, Zemo saying you can move up in AQ whenever second section is open. I'm gone. Dip to get some things done, but if you're still streaming a bit, I'll be back. If not, I'll see you around. I'll stream again regular time, Zemo. I'm just gonna do 2 more rounds, and then I'm gonna dip as well. And thank you for the heads up. I'll move up in AQ. I think I should have, yeah, almost 4 energy. Copy that, my friend. Thanks again for stopping by. I will see you nighttime. Okay. Elijah Brown saying, I kept pulling Quicksilver over and over from the last Saga Crystal. Went ahead and took him to rank 3 because I figured it was a sign, and he turned out to be pretty fun. He is really good, dude. I kind of want to dupe my Quicksilver. If I dupe him, I will take him up to rank 3 for sure. I just don't like ranking champions that don't have those platinum stars, you know? Ooh, Colossus OP. Confirmed. Elijah saying playing lots of Okoye made it easy. Yeah. At first, Quicksilver tripped me up too, but now I'm actually cool with both Quicksilver and Okoye. And Quicksilver has a lot of utility. Because he can also do power control with his Wither debuffs. Got that evade counter. Oh my god, Serpent. Why do I have to fight this guy in arenas, man? Can you throw it, please? Look at this shit. And 1 SP3 is gonna KO me too. So like... Alright, Elijah saying I have tons of unduped rank 3s which hurts me with the top 30 prestige. Yeah, I also... Oh, no, come on. Oh my god. 40% of the health this Serpent lost was also from just the recoil mastery. So like... What do you even say to that, bruh? Anyway. Yikes. But yeah, Elijah, I also have a bunch of rank 3s that are unduped. I got Hood, Enchantress, Dust. Wait, I think... No, yeah, Dust is also unduped. Who else? I got a few, man. Juggernaut was unduped until last month. Who else? Who else? There's a few. Silver Samurai, unduped as well. So yeah, and like I feel lucky enough in the sense that they don't. These are all champions that don't need to be duped. However, I do feel like Silver Samurai kind of needs to be duped because without him having the power cost reduction, the special cost reduction, you can't spam his SP2 into SP1 when fighting Yelena, and it's kind of important that you do. Come on. But yeah. I'm also kind of trying to keep it to dupe champions only. Which is why I don't know if you've seen the Twitter post. I was like, I want to rank 3 one of these skill champions, and it was between Black Cat and Moleman. And the thing is, I had a skill awakening gem, so I kind of thought I would use it on whoever I'm gonna rank 3. But I used both of these champions in Battlegrounds, and I have to say, unfortunately, I'm not a fan of those playstyles. Black Cat is technically the better champion to me, but I still feel like what she provides an ability accuracy reduction, it's not worth the damage output that she's giving with those bleeds, and she's... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So I decided I'm just gonna stick to using that gem on Stealth Spidey when I get him, because he definitely needs to be awakened. And it's not that far away now. It's just just over maybe 2 months. I don't know how quickly we're gonna get. I don't know how quickly Stealth Spidey is gonna come in December. Because I know a few of the tokens are gonna be, like, few of those minion crystals are gonna be like... How do you use Jabari Panther? I don't even... Oh, well, at least she has the spacing. Yikes. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever, bro. What is the damage? God damn. Oh my. This is like, it feels like the next day, bruh. What is going on? Come on. Use your special, Zola. Oh my god, you guys. It's just taking fucking forever. Come on, dude. Thank god all day. How did I get hit by that? Are you joking? Oh my god, am I gonna die to this? No. Oh my god. It's like a fucking 50-minute fight and I lost at the end. Alright, Elijah saying end of December probably. Ugh. That sucks. Elijah saying I'm also sitting on a skill awakening gym, saving for 7-star Koye if I get her, but I just pulled crossbones. At least it's over now. At least it's over now. Well, that's true. Yeah, I think I don't have a crystal or something to open, unfortunately. I have premium hero crystals. I haven't opened a 3-star in a long time. I'll do that. It's my treat to everyone, all 5 of you guys who've stuck around. But yeah, dude. Let me get to the video that I need to make. Shouldn't be more than 30 minutes, I don't think. So I'll record that, and then we'll go live again in 2 hours, just over 2 hours, and we'll continue the arena. Maybe finish up the 7-star one. If you guys can make it, that would be really nice. And yeah, just drop a thumbs up on this chat, in this live stream if you guys are still here. Help the channel out a bit. Hopefully we can have more people for the next stream. But yeah, what did we get? I forgot to see. Oh, okay. It's the with Spidey's that 2099. Okay. Well, all right. That's it, you guys. I'll see you in a couple of hours. Thank you for stopping by the stream. Bye.